Hello traders, Joseph here again. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another edition of my weekly video. If this is the first time that you're watching this video, I want to welcome you and thank you so much for tuning in. And hopefully you will be able to take something away from today's video. And if you happen to like what I do, then please feel free to leave a positive comment. You can even like my video or you can even subscribe to my channel. That would really be helpful. So anyway, in today's video, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I pick my trades. And I know some of you guys are already familiar with my style of trading, which is advanced patterns. I only trade advanced patterns. But some of you guys also know that I don't trade every single advanced pattern that I see on a chart. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that. I just try to be more selective with the way I pick my trades. And the reason I do that is simply to improve my results, my trading results. And the fact that my winning percentage currently stands on 53%, even after I've gone through a drawdown period where I lost, I think, 13 of my 17 trades in the month of April. I think that winning percentage is pretty remarkable. So it does show that, you know, if you are more selective in the way you pick your trades, you can improve your results. But of course, it requires a lot more patience. So anyway, let's head over to the charts, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So I try to combine. Before I pick my trades, structure plays a very important part of how I pick my trades. So I combine every single one of my trades with market structure, and by that I mean, for example, if the market is bullish on a higher time frame, I'm only interested in a bullish advanced pattern, and if the market is bearish on a higher time frame, then I'll only be looking for a bearish advanced pattern. And obviously, when the market is in consolidation, then I look for both bullish and bearish advanced pattern. So that's kind of like the foundation of my trade plan. But there are also some complex structures which you might know about, and I'm talking about structures like rising wedge, falling wedge, bullish rectangle, bearish rectangle, pennant, ascending, descending triangle. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And some of you guys are probably wondering how I can use those complex structures in combination with advanced pattern. Well, to do that, you have to know how each and every one of these structures behave. And by that I mean you have to know which side of the market they are going to break to. And I'm going to use a rising wedge in this video to kind of give you to use it as an example, because that has been very successful for me. I think, if I can remember correctly, 5 of the 6 trades that I've taken whenever I combine the rising wedge with an advanced pattern, I think I've won the last 5 of my 6 trades, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not a lot of trades, but it just shows you that if you are selective, you know, you can't get good results. So what I'll do is I'll just click on any of one of these random charts and try and find an empty space and try and illustrate what I mean, some of you guys already know what a rising wedge look like, but I don't think some of you guys know how to combine that with advanced pattern. So first of all, I'm going to draw a rising wedge. You can find a rising wedge in a bullish market or a bearish market, it doesn't matter. But wherever you see a rising wedge, they all break to the downside. Every single rising wedge. It doesn't matter if it's in a bullish market or a bearish market, and that is very important, guys. So for example, if we see a rising wedge in a bullish market, this is what it's gonna look like. So you got a bullish move, and the market is gonna kind of come into a little bit of wedge. So I'm gonna, where it's forming higher highs and higher lows. So let me just, so you're gonna see something like this. The market kind of comes into a little bit of consolidation inside this wedge. So obviously what happens is eventually this market, or 9 times out of 10, is going to break to the downside. And that is very crucial in understanding how this structure behave. So even if you see this kind of structure in a bearish market, it also breaks to the downside. Like, it doesn't matter. They all, 9 times out of 10, they are going to break to the downside. So people ask me, so how do you combine this structure with advanced pattern? And I think some people will probably say, oh no, they have an idea. I'm probably going to find like an advanced pattern within this consolidation. And obviously you can if you want it to, but that's not really the way I do it, and I'm going to show you guys the way I do it. So for example, you see this rising wedge. Let's say this kind of complete. Let's say the rising wedge completes something like this. Now this is not long enough. So you go see. So you have got something like this. So let me bring in my triangle. Bullish, this is bearish, so let's bring in my triangle here. Let's see. A. So what do you see there, guys? A cipher pattern, right? So let's see you got a cipher pattern, and when the cipher pattern completes, you have a bearish, you have a rising wedge formation. So what happens is, when you have a bearish cipher pattern in a bearish market, and you got a rising wedge formation near the completion, or actually after the market has actually completed the cipher pattern, this almost always ends up in a winning combination. And I'm going to show you guys examples on the chart. Like I said, guys, I'm going to show you guys. I think I'll show you. Maybe if I can find all the trades. I mean, I'll show you all the trades. But I don't think I have to go all the way back to kind of like pick out all the trades that we use to reason this combination. But you are going to see how it actually works. But this is it, guys. I mean, if you get a combination like this, I mean, look, this is what being selective is about. I mean, like I said, for example, before, just a few minutes ago, where I said, if the market is bearish on a higher time frame, I look for a bearish advance pattern. So just imagine when you see a bearish market on a higher time frame, you've got a bearish advance pattern, and here you got rising wedge formation near the completion. That's three different reasons. That's going to give you a high probability. And like I said, guys, 5 of the 6 trades that I've taken, I've only had one losing trade where I used this combination and ended up as a losing trade. Only one trade. Even though 6 trades is not really a lot of numbers to make comparisons, but eventually in the long run you're going to see how successful this is. But of course, like I said, it's going to require a lot of patience, because you're not going to see this every day. Like I said, I'm in 6 trades in the first 6 months. I mean, but obviously I do combine a lot of other structures as well. But it helps to kind of be selective in the way you pick your trades. So let me go over to the chart and see if I can show you guys these examples. I think it was on the Canada that we had an example like that. So, and I'm gonna have to scroll all the way back to find that trade. I think I've already marked it out. So let me just scroll all the way back and find it for you guys. I think it was a bearish cipher as well. There it is. So let me kind of just find this up for you to see. So this is exactly the kind of example that I showed you guys. So this is one of the trades that we actually took. So as you can see, I mean, the market is bearish. And if I go over to the higher time frame, you're going to see the market is bearish. But from there, you don't need a lot of explanation to know this market is bearish. So we had a bearish market, followed by a bearish cipher pattern, and then look what happened. The market formed a rising wedge. Although the rising wedge, went a little bit over our entry point, but once you see this structure, it's almost, like I said, almost always going to end up in a winning combination, because look what happened. It gave us a winning trade. So moving on, US dollar against the Swiss franc. This was a trade that we actually took last week. I feel if you watch one of my videos, I think, let me just kind of check my the trade. I think this is the trade. When I posted this trade, I did mark out the kind of rising wedge on the chart. Yeah, there it is. So I did mark out even before the trade completed, I marked out the rising wedge when I sent out this trade. So as you can see, so even though this trade only gave us one target, so as you can see, the market came and we had a spike up to a complete a cipher pattern completion, and then the market rolled over although it only gave us a first target, came within about 10 pips of our second target before it it rallied up and then taking us on us for break even on our second target. But this is also another one. Although I think with this trade the market was in consolidation probably, I can't remember. But this is it. This is a kind of ways that you can be selective with your trade. So moving on, I'm going to show you one more example, and I think it's on the same currency pair. Although this wasn't a trade that I took, but it was a trade that I actually watched with a lot of interest, because we had but in this case we had a falling wedge. We didn't have a rising wedge, and falling wedge is just the opposite of a rising wedge. So with falling wedge, the market is always end up going to breaking to the upside. So even if, but in this case we have a falling wedge in a bearish market. So look what happened. We had the reason I didn't take this trade was because it was out of my pip range. I mean, it was a very big trade in terms of it's a bullish godly pattern, and so the market came back down, and we had this structure. Look at the falling wedge there, and then the market broke up to the upside, and it never looked back since. I mean, we did come back. We had a dip here, but the market has rallied since then. So this is it, guys. I mean, it's obviously like some of you guys need to like. I mean, it's good to be selective, but it's probably not going to be. It depends on your style of trading. I mean, some people don't have a lot of patience, so it's kind of very hard to try and be selective. And obviously, like I said, it doesn't matter. You can trade every single advanced pattern that you see on a chart. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just that. Just means that sometimes your results might not be as good as you would expect them to be. So it pays to be selective, but obviously we're gonna see how that's gonna end up with the way I'm being selective. So anyway, moving on to my signal service results. I think a lot of people are waiting for that. Let me kind of close this one. Well, the trades that we took this week, I think we've got like two big trades that are still open. We haven't really closed it. This is a cipher pattern that we took a losing trade. I'm just reflecting back on I think the last week the video I posted on this trade hasn't actually been the result hasn't been recorded. So we had a winning trade on the euro yen cipher pattern. Was a godly pattern. Let me just bring up the chart. Oh, I think this was a trade. And then let me show you guys what happened. We had a target 1 and target 2 winner very quickly. I mean, it was Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, the market gave us both targets. So this was the trade. So as you can see, our stop loss was never threatened. The market came, rolled over, gave us our target 1 and target 2 for a total pips of about 71 pips. That ended we ended the week on 154 pips. So the first week was 200 pips, and then the second one 154 pips. So July is looking really good. I mean, we got two big trades on the Aussie dollar and the US dollar, both bad patterns, and I'm gonna show you guys those trades. I mean, they're currently in progress. That's why I haven't put the results there. This is the US dollar Canada. Let me go over to the 1 hour chart. So this was a trade that we took. As you can see, the market came, it gave us a little bit of pain, but our stop loss was never threatened. So we're waiting. I mean, we had a late rally on Friday. We came within close to our first target, but we never hit it. But it's going to be a very good trade. If this trade ended up giving us a profit, because obviously it's a big if, then that the month of July could really end up being one of the best trading months that we had. It's even going to eclipse the month of March, where we made 9.6%. I think we're currently on around 7% in the month of July, which is pretty good. And the other trade was Aussie dollar bat pattern. This is an even bigger trade, but it's going to take a while before this actually comes place. So Aussie dollar. So this is the bat pattern. I think this was one of the trade that I actually showed you guys last week in my last week video. I told you guys about this trade. I think I remember that it was a bat and a godly pattern that ended up completely at the same price. And I told you that this is a trade that we'll be taking. So we've actually taken this trade. Even though the market came in, gave us a lot of. I mean, it's all the time it's just been in red. until the late Friday we had a rally. So the market came, gave us a nice move back down. So we are currently in the greens, but we have a long way off from even our first target. I mean, our second target is over 200 pips on our second target, so we have a long way to go on these two trades. But if they do give us a winning trade, then it could really look good. But then again, if anything can happen, it's out of our hands. If it ends up going back in the opposite direction, we'll take a huge chunk of loss and just move on. Like I said, right now it's out of our hands. We can't really control that, so we just have to wait and see what happens. So as you can see, thanks to the month of July, I think after the Euro Yen trade was closed, we officially came out of the drawdown because we set our new equity highs. So although that loss that we took on the Euro Dollar cipher pattern on Friday gave us a little bit of dip, but like I said, we do have two open trades that we'll see what happens to that. So as you can see, it's been really good, but we'll see what the second half of the year is. I mean, we've started really well. So we just have to see how it's going to end up with. So on one thing again, I want to check again. I think I said my winning percent. What's my okay? My winning percent is currently on 52%. So as you can see, we're taking 73 trades, 38 winners, 35 losing trades. All the statistics are here for you guys to see. And also, yeah, the result of every single one of it. You can see the bad pattern is the one that it's been letting us down. Although we have two trades that we haven't taken a lot of trades, so. I mean, the cipher pattern, I expect that percentage to be up, way up. But yeah, we have to wait and see. And then the Gartley pattern, yeah, it's around about 60%, that's the way it should be with Gartley patterns. But we'll see. It's been really good. So I mean, I think I had a question by someone asking me if I could show you guys how I could enter results into the this Excel file. Well, that's something I'm not actually gonna teach, because I only show you guys, I only talk about trading and stuff like that. But if you are interested, then all you have to do is just drop me an email. There's the link to my site at the bottom of this video. Just drop me an email and I'll send you a file like this, and you can put the result in by yourself. I mean, you can see the blueprint here, but so you can enter the results however you want them. But like I said, I'm not gonna waste my time showing you guys how I do how I enter all my trades, all my results in an Excel file, because that's not what I teach, and I really apologize for that. But however, if you do drop me an email, and then I will send you the Excel file, but it's not going to be with it's going to be plain one, so you can enter the results however you want them or want to do it. So yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's it for today. I think I haven't actually shown you guys what trades I'm going to be watching for next week, but I hope it's been a very good lesson in how you can be selective with your trades, with the rising wedge and the falling wedge, and there's lots of other complex structures out there, so you just have to kind of like put some work into understanding how each and every one of the structures behave, and see how you can combine them with your trading. That's if you're an advanced pattern trader, because believe me, if you're being selective on your trades, it's really you are gonna see results. And yeah, so that's it for now. And as always, if you still want to join our signal service, as you can see, I mean, we've been through hell, but we're still fighting, we're still digging, and things are looking up again. And like I already told you guys at the start of the year, that I'm not expecting my equity curve to just go straight up. I'm expecting some ups and downs, and we had our down, and now we're fighting back up. We're finding a way back up. So it's really a good time to join us and see for yourself. And yeah, so I think that's it for me for today. Like I said, if you like the video, any comments, any feedback, anything is appreciated. And until next time, guys, I will see you. Good luck and good trading for the following week.